Hey everyone, this is Frugal Panda here with a quick review of the actual Naval Museum in Lisbon, Portugal. So this is a real cool area. This is actually the Belem area, Belem neighborhood of Lisbon, Portugal that you walk through. We actually walked over from where we parked by the Belem Tower to here. It was a great walk. It was awesome to do and really get to check out some of the beautiful Lisbon area neighborhoods. Going in was pretty painless. You can see the actual, it's the Naval Museum is actually in a monastery, an old monastery. This museum was actually founded in 1853, so it's one of the oldest museums in Portugal, if not the oldest. And it is also, like I said, it's based in a monastery is where it's actually in. But when you're walking, if you're trying to look for, so if you want to go for a walk, and you're in the Belém area, park your car, you can't miss it. Like literally, we put in our Google Maps and walked to it, but you could see it way before you even got to it. Now, the museum itself, beautiful. Getting in it was no problem. Person at the people at the front desk spoke English. Took my regular old credit card. I won't put the prices up because prices changed. This was reviews done in early 2023 when we went there. This area, like I said, getting in is basically you pay for your ticket, talk to them real quick, get a pamphlet if you want it, and you walk through a door. And there you are. You're right in the place. So this is going to, of course, cover um, Portuguese naval history, and Portuguese naval history is going to be really long. And this is going to be from the perspective of Portuguese people. So the museum itself is just like any other museum you go to in any country, from the United States to other countries. A lot of times, it's going to be from their perspective and their thoughts on their actual, their naval history. Because as many people know, Portugal was a colonial power, like quite a few other countries are. Not getting into that. That's not what I'm here for. I just want to see their perspective of their history, and I am a lover of history, and I also want to know more about their military in a way. And my son likes learning about the military and stuff like that. So this is going to cover a lot of ground. So the Navy Museum itself is going to cover a lot of ground. Let's remind ourselves that Portugal has been, as a country, has been around a very long time. So it's talking, I don't even know when it started, like their actual true naval history, but let's say 14th, 15th century on up. Just from there, you're going to have a pretty long history. So going through here, it takes some time. I actually stopped taking footage after a while because it takes so much in here. I would definitely put this on my list of places to go. And if you're like me, where you like to go find World Heritage sites in countries or states in the United States, it's a must too, because the monastery itself, and it's in this description what the name of the true monastery is. I don't want to mess the name up, but the monastery is actually a World Heritage site too that it's actually housed in. And when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, I understand. So in this whole area, you can hit like two, three, or four World Heritage sites actually right there in the Belém neighborhoods. That's why I say just you don't even have to put the museum on your actual bucket list if you're in Lisbon. Just put the Belém neighborhoods in there, and you'll run into it, the Pink Palace, all these different um, places you want to see that are like amazing. Now, the World Heritage, the museum itself, lots of models here, lots of naval models. As you go further into the footage, you'll see actual boats themselves that are in here. You get a good history of the Portuguese Marines, which they have their own little section in there, which says, tells me that they have a lot, the Portuguese citizens of Portugal have a lot of pride in their actual military Marines over there. Now, there's all kinds of weaponry to look at that they've used and the progression of their weaponry over the years, which all this is interesting to me. I like history. I also like military history. As people that watch my actual videos know, I'm a U.S. Army veteran too. So, and before I even joined the military and all that, I loved history and I loved military history. I really enjoyed reading about European history back in the day too, the European countries. So coming to this was a no-brainer. I didn't do any research on it. So when I got here, I was kind of in awe of like, wow, there's so much to see. We went on a New Year's Eve or the New Year's holiday time frame of 2023, 2022, and 2023. So I expected a huge line because we went to one of their the Lisbon Aquarium. That's not the proper name, but the Lisbon Aquarium, and it was like super packed. Like it was kind of bad in there, and it was more so we picked the wrong day. That's what it came down to. The place was beautiful. We just picked the wrong day, so I was prepared for that. But we got here, there was no lines, nothing like that. There was people in there. It was nice and quiet. Everyone just around slowly, being quiet, checking out things. It was like being in a library, and I was okay with that. you know, uh, it is. It's one of actually Lisbon or Portugal. I keep saying Lisbon, Portugal's largest museums, which would make sense. Naval museums are usually fairly large just because of what they actually have to house. So their history actually dates back on their naval history significantly in the 15th century. And so, like I said, it houses lots of stuff in here for you to see, from their awards to famous ships that they had, things like that. Royal ships, even the royal cabins. They have what the royal cabin looked like that the king and the queen would stay in from the Portuguese royal family, which was really cool to see that too. Um, and the name of the actual monastery is the Saint Germain Monastery. Is it so? You can see lots of things there. We did not see the other parts of it. Now, in this area is where they house a little bit brief history of the Portuguese Marines. The Marines of Portugal have a very long history, and it was really interesting how it was set up. At first, I didn't understand it because it is in Portuguese. There is English too, subtitles and everything like that. But at first, it honestly looked like a recruiting area, just like we do here. Everyone has, the few to proud, the Marines, Army, commercials, and it looked like that type of stuff. And then I actually started reading it, and it talks about their wars, the Angolan War, and all this stuff. And then later on, I went online and actually started reading other things about the Angolan Wars and the different wars, and it was really interesting. This little country, and I say little, it's little by American standards. It's a normal sized country, but by American standards, it's on the smaller side. You know, punches well above its belt when push comes to shove, and it has for years. Clearly, it was a colonial power, and clearly, it was still fighting wars and called up. I think they called up like 1 million men or something to fight their colonial wars and stuff like that. At that time, it was a dictatorship. So, but and it's interactive, the whole thing was. But it was really cool to see, especially if you're a lover of military history or you come from a family of a military background and you're military yourself. That stuff is pretty interesting to you and other people too. We got a kick out of it. So, going here was really cool. We thought we were done, and then as we kept walking, we started running into big boats. I'm like, wait a minute, these are full size boats, like long boats and stuff like that. I was like, because we were in there a minute and I was like, holy moly, there's even more. And so we were really surprised. So then we entered a whole nother area, and this whole other area was really large. And in that area, which was really cool, was the actual entrance. Uh, so yeah, we made it into the actual entrance of it, and then it had all these boats in here, and like these are full size boats. So we were like, whoa, look at this. So you walk around here and you can see all these different boats in here. They're full size. You're like up and close and personal with these boats too. They're not, there's like nothing even really, I don't think they even had stuff around it like to say, stay away from this boat. No, they just had them in here. I was like, wow, this is cool. You can walk up some stairs and you can actually look and see, you can look from up down and see, all the boats in there, which is really cool too. Like I said, this was a really chill day, everyone. I mean, even the day we went, there was people in here, but everyone was quiet and just doing their own thing and checking out the different equipment they had, from the old fire engines that they used to put out fires, probably at the naval docking yards, and all that stuff, which was really cool. It was a really great day, actually. As you saw in the footage, it was a beautiful day to walk. Belem area, everyone. Remember that. The Belem neighborhood in Lisbon, Portugal. Put it on your list. The Belem neighborhood is an awesome area to go visit. The food's great. The people are great. We really enjoyed our time just walking around, even if you don't buy any tickets for anything, and just looking and hanging out. It's an awesome area, everyone. I highly recommend it. As you can see, we started walking back to the car. We were parked actually really close to the Belem Tower, like it took us 5 minutes to walk there. It was a great time. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I want to thank you for the time you took to look at my videos. And I hope to help someone else out plan your vacation. And this is Frugal Panda out. Have a good day, everyone.